Hello and welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. So I'm going to be continuing with this timed event, Whirling Waltz. I have something to do in this area, I think. Yeah, the recruitment board here. So let's talk to Navia very fast.
When reviewing resumes, pay attention to each applicant's area of expertise.
Okay. So that's what this is about, Staff Center. Let's see. Why does it want me to just confirm? Oh, it just wants me to hire Helene. So she has a service value of plus 12, a wage of 1,600, and then she can give me 2,000 gold and 2 time. I think that's what it's trying to say. Let's just confirm and recruit. Okay, confirm assignment. Staff resume, work experience, follow-up development for the Fontaine Research Institute's stabilization mechanisms project, logistics supplier for the Fontanalia Film Festival. Personal strengths, good sense of teamwork, plus willingness to take on menial or difficult tasks. I'm tough enough to handle any amount of overtime, and I can bear with half a day off every several days of work. I can't go down any further, so it usually can scroll down, but in this case it won't let me. So I'm just going to select confirm assignment. Return. Leave. I don't like how they force you to do that, but whatever. So she's going to manage that.
Looks like this particular employee is really getting into their role.
Wishing them success on the job. I'll be monitoring their attendance closely.
You're both doing great. You sound more like bosses than I do. In any case, with this, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland is now officially open. Running a theme park is a long-term project. You won't make much if you try and rush it. We're just about done with our current work setup, so let's take a short break and wait for this cycle's revenue report to come in.
Okay, sure. So how do I do that? Oh, right over there. Can I interact with this person at all, Helene? Hello, do you have a request for me? Take care of your mental well-being and enjoy your work. Yeah. Is that all? Oh my goodness. Okay, what happened was I thought my computer was going to crash, so I immediately stopped the recording. It turns out that there was a Windows update. But anyways, I'll continue. Is that all? There's no 100-page set of requirements. It looks like I finally caught a break. A nice, easy assignment. Although, at most, it might keep me busy for a couple of months. If only I could work here forever. Anyways, yeah, that was very unfortunate how that happened. Let's talk to Navia again before I enter.
Well, this cycle of operation sure got us off to a good start. On to the next one.
Okay, then. So let's enter the next cycle. Well done, partner. Numbers like these speak for themselves. This report's nothing short of a business masterclass. So my current profit is 2,400, it says. Okay, and I have full action points.
The numbers might not look that impressive, but given that we're just getting the ball rolling, I'd say that wasn't a bad start. Building on this momentum, we must consider rolling out more unique business strategies during the next cycle. To draw in the crowds, I've invited one of Fontaine's very own celebrity chefs, my good friend Escoffier. She'll be performing right here in the amusement park's restaurant. On that note, let's go catch up with her.
So, is the restaurant part of our business strategy too? There are so many layers to this operation.
Yeah, it seems like there's going to be a lot of different ways you can approach this. I'm hoping it's not too complicated. Talk to Escoffier.
The restaurant is up to standard, and the waterside location will make for a unique dining experience. The beautiful scenic reflections in the water create a stunning backdrop, lifting diners' spirits and allowing them to truly savor their meals. Ingredients, check. Cooking utensils, check. Looks like we're ready to rumble.
You know, it's been a while since we've had a chef-type character. I forgot the name. Was it Xiao Ling? Or something from Mondstadt? As far as I remember, she's the only one that was actually, like, a chef, right? I don't know.
Hey there, Escoffier!
Oh, my employers are here. The president of the Spina di Rasula, plus the famous traveler and Paimon. I must say, you seem a bit overqualified to be running a film-themed amusement park.
I'd say that if anyone here was overqualified, it would be the former head chef of the Hotel de Boer. Wherever you walk, the aroma of fine cuisine follows in your wake.
Let's get back to business. I'm guessing you want the traveler to help me decide the theme dish for each cycle, right?
Theme dish?
This is the business strategy I mentioned earlier. Using Escoffier's top-tier dishes to attract more visitors to the park.
Okay.
But this isn't just about attracting visitors. Her culinary masterpieces will surely have other surprising effects. Just imagine, Paimon, if all you needed was a single ticket to enjoy all the attractions and taste all the legendary food. Wouldn't you be tempted?
Oh, yes, she would.
Then Paimon come every single day!
Do you have annual passes? I'd find a way to live here.
Now, here's the twist. To get the most out of this strategy, the menu can't be made public.
Okay.
Based on research by a certain food branding consultant, many restaurants have started offering a special chef surprise dish. So give me some inspiration every few business cycles, and I'll decide on our next theme dish. Now then, give me your hand.
My hand? I had no idea inspiration could be physically transferred.
A warm and energetic feel. Your hands are calloused from wielding your sword, but still quite delicate. When you grasp its hilt, it's like you're holding the bow of a violin. A sword, then. The theme this time shall be strength.
Okay.
Alright, let's find out what strength looks like in gastronomical form.
So is this going to be like a buff-type food for strength? Yeah, spend 30% less time, less the next time you upgrade any attraction. Oh, okay, that's not what it does. I mean, it doesn't buff your strength. It actually has benefits for this specific timed event. Interesting. And there we go. So that sounds like it's going to be very, very useful.
I've refined the sauce for these barbecue ribs. It's a richer flavor than the classic version, but not at all greasy. The mint extract in the seasoning leaves a refreshing aftertaste, perfect for indulging yourself after a fun-filled day. But if you ask me, I'd say the artisans need these more than the guests.
The artisans?
As I'm sure you've noticed, this park isn't quite finished. A serving of these barbecue ribs should help the artisans replenish their strength much more quickly. As their bosses, you have an obligation to provide meals for them. So why not invite them to dine here? Who knows? The morale boost might even improve their productivity.
Oh? If I recall correctly, you once served up some special fish and chips for the porters over at the Fleuve Sandra. For several days after, the workers were all incredibly efficient. They'd finish 8 hours of work in just 5. And then, because they clocked out early, they'd come back completely refreshed the next day.
Then there's no time to lose. Go invite the artisans over while these ribs are still hot. I'll prepare some side dishes and desserts too.
Okay then.
That's a great idea! You really live up to your reputation, Escoffier! Looks like these themed dishes are gonna make a huge difference after all. We'll have to make sure we check in with you regularly.
Yeah. You and Navia invite the artisans
are
over.
pumped and ready to roll thanks to that themed dish.
And perfect timing, too. Let's take this chance to take the facilities of our eclectic escapades to the next level.
So where do they want us to go for that? Let's talk to Navia.
Now that everything's going smoothly, it's about time we upgraded our facilities.
What about, well, if I just select this, yeah, okay. So upgrade the facility. What will that do for me? You can have up to, I think, a total of 4 staff members with 3 on reserve. I'm not entirely sure. Upgrade. So visitor volume will increase, ticket price will increase, number of action points will increase as well. When it says that, I think it means like the total number that I can hold. You know, the little clock things. Max service value will go up to 45. Okay, let's upgrade. And confirm. Return.
We should be able to attract more customers by upgrading the stall, don't you think?
Okay, confirm.
That's right. Based on my business experience with the Spina di Rosula, I've quantified the service value to help you intuitively understand how satisfied customers are with each stall. An attraction will reach its ideal revenue only when its service value meets customer expectations. As we improve and expand our facilities, expectations will also increase accordingly. When that happens, we can deploy more capable employees or invest funds in training to enhance our employees' skills.
Okay, let's train the staff then. If it'll let me. There we go. We're going to be training her. Her service value will go up to 14, and her wage will increase to 2,200. So let's confirm that. Train staff. Return. So her level is 7 out of 7. I guess she can't go up any higher? I'm guessing that's what that means.
Whew, that should be everything. Looks like you've pretty much mastered how to run this park.
Huh? Have we really?
I guess we're going to just be doing that for all the different attractions.
Thinking about it, we have learned quite a lot, haven't we?
Just goes to show how well Navia explained it all. Couldn't have done it without Navia's guidance.
Oh, not at all. I wouldn't say I taught you much. Your intuition's been guiding the way mostly. I imagine long-term operations sounded like a scary prospect the first time I mentioned it, huh? But don't let that scare you. Just break things down into smaller steps and tackle them one at a time. Even if you're not a genius or naturally gifted, you'll get it done in the end.
Whoa, seeing her own progress has really got Paimon fired up! Actually, she's gonna jot your words of encouragement right down. From here on out, we'll be running the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland together. Let's make it a big success!
Hopefully it doesn't take too long to do all of this stuff. So what happens if I click on this again? So, let me see something. Okay. So who's supposed to be at the very top there? Well, you know what? I can hire another person. Service value 14. This guy starts off at level 1. But he may very well actually be able to outshine these other two here once he's been trained up, because his max level is 10. So let's go ahead and hire Constantin, however you say his name. Okay. So I'll have to go over to the other. Or I'll have to unlock the attraction that's related to him. Can I upgrade this at all in any way? Yeah, I can upgrade the facility. But it'll cost way more than I currently have, so I need to generate some revenue. I guess I can't play a minigame there, then. So, go ahead. See if I can recruit him. Nope. I have to unlock movie masterpieces first. Wherever you go for that. Is this it? Yeah. Movie masterpieces. Use a mixture of brains and bravery to avoid interference and achieve your objectives. Recreate classic scenes from famous films and play the part of legendary characters so you balance strategy and strength. So let's unlock this particular attraction. And I'm guessing that we'll participate in it directly. Interesting. Okay, business level is now at 2. And I gained 6,000 coins for unlocking that. That's nice. So, what does formulate a strategy do? A scene from the character film, The Champion Duelist. Champion duelists are a symbol of justice and fearlessness made flesh. To become a true duelist, you must triumph over the fear and evil within your own heart. Face the torrential barrage of bullets. Shatter your hesitation, transcend your limits, and embody the courage and justice of a champion duelist. Okay, I'm trying to see what that picture is supposed to actually be. So let's select Go Formulate. It might be a game where you bounce back objects, or it could be a game where you're supposed to dodge objects, because that's what looked like was going on there. We will find out in a second. Hey, this is in Liyue, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. I just recognize the arena where it, raises and lowers. In this challenge, you must approach the barrage firing device to destroy it. Use your special ability at the right moment to avoid the barrage more easily and get closer to the target device faster. Okay. Huh. Okay, interesting. So the idea is to... Oh. The idea is to just rush towards it, no matter what. I have 10 bars of HP. I don't have to worry about none of this stuff. Oh my goodness. Okay, maybe I do have to worry. Because each hit will take off some HP. I have 2 more that I have to destroy. And I have to wait for this platform to... Yeah. There we go. Destroy you. So the final one is going to be right there. How's this going to work out? Doesn't matter. But that may have very well been the easiest one out of all of them. Is there some final thing? Find a way to claim the treasure key? Well, this is easy. Why would I have to find a way to claim it? It was so easy to claim. That was very weird. So now that that's done, where's the final thing? Right here. Do I have enough time to be able to unlock it, though? Mellow Manor? No, I don't have enough time yet. Light-hearted, humorous films can put audiences in a good mood for the rest of the day, and none more so than those featuring adorable animals. As such, a whole host of fluffy friends have been invited to stay at the amusement park's residence for guests to interact with. So let's go ahead and do one last thing before I rest or whatever. Go on to the next cycle. Can I hire you now? Yes, I can. So confirm the assignment with him. To the esteemed managers of the Cheval Marin Film Fantasyland, this humble Constantin is but one of Fontaine's most up-and-coming novelists with extensive film-watching experience, and he earnestly hopes to secure a position in your most distinguished project. If you were to offer me a place where I may showcase my talents, you'll have my extensive skills as a storyteller to help visitors swiftly immerse themselves in your wondrous park. Having me be part of your story is sure to pay in sequels upon sequels, so to speak, hee. As for the additional skill training, rest assured, I shall master any and all work techniques with exceptional efficiency. I'll even throw in a novelization of the Cheval Marin Film Fantasyland's fascinating fables to further popularize your park and ensure its longevity. Blah. So let's confirm the assignment, and then back out. Oh. Okay, let's go over here now to where he is and see if I can upgrade him. How do I do this? Is it from here? Yeah, it's from here. So, what's the current level I can get him up to? Level 6. Okay, let's train the staff. And that should be good for right now, I think. Okay. Let's talk to Navia before I go to the next
You've
cycle.
got this park off to a great start, partner. The ball's really starting to roll, huh? I can't wait to see how it'll all turn out. How exciting.
So, yeah, this is definitely reminding me of that other timed event where you had to go through the different cycles and stuff. Okay. So, let's confirm. And my available funds increased a decent amount. So there's a total of 15 levels that you can get up to for these attractions. Performance reward. Oh. Nice. Okay. So this is where you claim your rewards for these, huh? There's got to be a different menu that you can do this on. But, for right now, that's what it's going to be like. What's this about? Theme restaurant, staff center. Okay. So let's go ahead and figure out the next step. The next step is unlocking Mellow Manor. Let's do that very fast. And now that that's unlocked, I will have to interact with it, I believe. Is that supposed to be Mellow Manor? It doesn't look like a manor to me. My business level is 3. So let's go ahead and claim my reward right there. Manage the manor. What is that? What does that mean? Okay. So let's invite, I guess. Continue inviting. What kind of currency is that? Okay. Let's go ahead and... This is weird. So let's save the arrangement. So let's exit the arrangement, upgrade the facility. Upgrade. There we go, confirm. So now I have more of those things to be able to invite more animals, right? Let's see. So invite one time. Okay, invite one more time. Interesting. Unfortunately, I don't have enough slots for this one, but that's fine. So let's go ahead and save that arrangement. Is there anything else I can do? Can I interact with the animals over here? These are the animals that I invited, right? Yeah. So what else can I do in this cycle before I go off to the next one?
That unique aroma.
Check the
All right,
theme
then.
dish, I suppose. Spend 100% less for the next 5 employee training sessions. Ooh. Ooh, that's really good. Yeah. And then train the staff. Oh, I should just go right up straight to 10. There we go. Awesome. And let's hire 2 more people for the other attraction. If I can. Oh, well, I guess they're no longer there. There used to be 2 people for Mellow Manor. Now it's just, 1 person here. Hi, I heard the Mellow Manor is an attraction home to animals of all kinds, with some specially trained, gentle, and unique life forms. I'm really interested to see it for myself. Look, here's my wildlife problem management permit, straight from the Mason Guardianage. So you know I'm trustworthy. Although I'm not great at dealing with park guests, nor have I dealt with business matters in ages, and I've gotten rusty at bookkeeping, but I'll do my best. Compensation is negotiable. I could survive on salaries so low they would terrify most. Although I did just blow through my funds on recent ventures. The grind must go on. A standard wage would save my life, and you'd have my eternal gratitude. So let's confirm the assignment on that. And I'll invite Marine as well if I can. Yeah, I can. Wait. No, I can't. I need more time. It's not a big deal. Can I train this person from here? No, I cannot. So train you. level you up as much as I can. Right there, up to level 7. Awesome. Very awesome. So now I'm just going to end this cycle. Interesting. So I saw a plus 70% increase in eclectic escapades, plus 80% for movie masterpieces, and my current profit cycle has been pretty high overall compared to the previous one. So that's nice. Obviously, I'm making some good progress here. Now, as far as the staff center is concerned, I wonder why it has a little exclamation mark. Is that because there are new employees to hire? That's probably what that means. So very first thing I should probably do for this cycle is go over here and train the staff member here up to level 10. And then that way, I now for sure have somebody at level 10 there. And let's go back over here very fast. This guy is at level 10 too, right? Just out of curiosity. Yeah, level 10. But I think that the person that's over here at Eclectic Escapades is only at level 7, Helene. But if they are at level 7, I may have to replace her. Or at the very least hire somebody that's level 10. Yeah, she's only level 7. I haven't really been paying attention to what the stat differences are between level 10 and level 7, though. But here is Marine for Eclectic Escapades, level 10. Staff resume. Hey, Ez. It's my first part-time job, and I've never penned a resume. I heard I can just say what I'm good at. I'll cut right to the chase, then. I've heard this attraction involves sailing a boat to ferry guests around. Plus, there are lots of underwater activities. As it happens, I've worked on a ship before, done some work here and there in the biz, too. So if anyone falls overboard, I'll haul them back on. I've also done underwater demolition jobs, so running into any complex terrain beneath the waves is no challenge. Problem is, I've lost my certificates, so you're gonna have to take my word for all of that. Any hoodle, seeing as I'm perfect for managing this gig, how about raising my starting pay a little to sweeten the deal? So let's close that and train up that character. Oh, I guess I will have to swap Marine in if it'll let me. There we go. And train up Marine to level 10. I don't have the sufficient resources to go all the way up to level 10. But let me go over here very fast to the chef. Can I reduce the cost this time? Each time you spend funds this cycle, you will be guaranteed to receive a 15% refund. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that very fast. I think having higher level employees will be good for me overall. I can only go all the way up to level 20. That's not a big deal. Well, actually, no. Now I can go up to level 10. There we go. I thought it would actively refund me each time I was spending money, but it didn't. I had to spend the money first, then it refunded me. So now, I should probably do another cycle reset because I don't have enough money to be able to do anything else for this. There's still action points left over in the current cycle. So it doesn't really matter how many times I go through like a new cycle or whatever. An excellent manager never lets an opportunity slip by. Make the most of all your available action points. I don't think I could have done anything. I think it costs money to be able to upgrade, so... And I was pretty much almost broke that particular time. Spend 30% less the next time you upgrade any attraction. Upgrade the same attraction 2 times this cycle to increase its revenue for the current cycle by 60%. Earn 10% more revenue this cycle. Obtaining this buff again will enhance this effect. Next time you obtain this buff, earn 20% more revenue that cycle. I think I'll just go with Power Pack Barbecue Ribs, because that seems like a good option. And then I'm going to just focus on upgrading the Eclectic Escapades as much as possible. So that way I can, you know, get the most money out of this. Unfortunately, it'll cost 8 to be able to do it again. So, yeah, in order to upgrade to the next level, which is called expanding in this case, Let's go ahead and do this one then. Upgrade. Okay. My business level is at 4 now. Not-Lawn themed zone, Fire Tribe. A scenic area themed after the Not-Lanese landscape. It adopts the architecture of multiple tribes with bright colors, sure to stir the spirits of visitors. Provides a certain amount of revenue each cycle. Okay. Let's upgrade to the next level. And in order to go up another level, I would have to have more time. So let's go to Mellow Manor. And I can't upgrade this anymore because I don't have enough money. That's not terribly surprising. Let me go into this very fast just to see something. Is it telling me I can do something here? I don't really have anything I can do, so it's not a big deal. And it seems like that's mostly what this is going to be all about, is just doing that over and over again. I'm kind of tempted to do a lot of this off-camera, just because of how repetitive this could become after a while. Let's at least see what expanding does. Because it's possible... Oh! If I expand, I can add another person to the list, right? Yeah, I can add a second person. So let's expand. Cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do most of this off camera, and then anytime like a new cutscene starts up, whatever, I'll just start recording then, because otherwise this will just be way too much information. It's already a lot of information that's going on here. I decided to at least record this part where I'm recruiting the characters. Animals gotta eat, and eating means someone's gotta make grub for them. Only right pick here is a chef like yours truly. I'm a dab hand at whipping up all kinds of whimsical dishes, and my mates always tell me there's a good chance they're better off as animal feed. So that's exactly what this captain's gonna do. At ease, kiddo, I'll make sure to pick only the finest ingredients. After all, our animal friends deserve healthy and hearty meals, wouldn't you say? Cool. Now I can recruit Uncle Scimitar. Hey there, I'm an action movie actor. I'm here on my director's invitation, and I brought my brothers and sisters along to have fun. This place looks great. Novel scenery, great views, and welcoming guests. But it just doesn't feel right to have fun all the time, so I figured I've got to do some work. Don't let the mercenary label fool you. Our clients demand protocol, poise, and polished demeanor, and we've mastered them all, right down to our eye movements. Bottom line, I'm fit for most roles you've got, so hire away. So now there's some new people to hire. I'm going to start with Eclectic Escapades. So Bold Bang Bouldern is who I'm hiring. Any work you give me, I'll blow through it with a bang. Just ask Farisa. Anytime her orchard? I don't know. Need someone to move cargo to other nations, and they're a few hands short, I show up to save the day. And this fantasy land will be no different. Placing orders, settling accounts, and dealing with vendors and customers. You name it, I'll do it. Hauling cargo? Oh please, I'll do you one better. I can haul around tired park guests, one on each shoulder. Pay me the standard rate, though I won't say no to extra more. Parisa's generous wages will this time mean I can finally stock up on Fontaine specialties. So let's go ahead and do that, and then we'll hire at least one of these other two. So let's go with Iron Belly, I guess. Yeah, Iron Belly. Hello there. I'm an actor in a theater troupe with some decent acting experience under my belt. Maybe your park's looking for some interactive actors. Say, like those bad guys who ambush you during your adventure, then get their butts kicked. I'm pretty good at getting my butt kicked, and I've got good control of my facial expressions. Pick me, and I'll help your guests feel like they're in a movie for real. Oh, but even if you're not in the market for an interactive actor, my experience in the troupe should help me handle work at most attractions in your park. Cool. So those guys were fully upgraded. And of course, there's some more people to hire here. So let's go with the one right here that can level up to level 20. Miss Garda Metaki. I don't know how to say that. You don't know who submitted this resume for her, but it looks like a summary of a technical performance manual. And it's a manual that emphasizes special traits of this Gardamech. 1. Miss Garda I don't know how to say that. Autonomous logic systems are flawless. Rest assured that there will be no strange malfunctions. Miss Gardamech has exceptional language and image recognition capabilities and may fulfill duties effectively as a ticket vendor, guiding guests around the park and ensuring venue safety. Miss Gardamech has a long-lasting battery life and may operate for several days consecutively after a single charge, which is suitable for supporting full-time work. While Miss Gardamech is a mechanical construct, she should still be compensated with a fair salary, as this is a self-initiated mission. the component maintenance for which shall necessitate sufficient payment to Miss Gardner's engineer. Okay. So the next one I'm going to hire is Hajanad, because she can go up to level 20 as well. This is for Mellow Manor. As a rookie researcher and seasoned alchemist, my portfolio of animal interaction is rich indeed. Some alchemical recipes require materials such as Esper tail feathers and spinal crocodile claws, and as you can see, my being in one piece is a testament to my affinity with all manner of beasts. In my line of work, I've also created a wide range of aromatic potions that can help to soothe animal spirits. May I say more? The fruits of our partnership could only be abundant and plentiful. Too bad I don't have enough to be able to get this guy, too. So I noticed that there's in the lower left there, it says friendly encounters. Let's check that very fast. What's this about? So for Risa is one of them. Reach level 6 with movie masterpieces. Okay. Interesting. So I should aim to do that. Next up is Petite Lumiere. Seeing the successful opening of the film Fantasyland draw in so many film enthusiasts fills me with joy. I want to help in any way I can. I consider myself a member of the industry, since I've directed a few films and taken part in the Fontanalia Film Festival. So in theory, that makes me perfect to handle the movie masterpieces attraction and help it become, well, more attractive. Okay, and then finally this guy. I don't know how to say that name. Consiglieres, I don't know. Next left hand. Salutations, renowned partner of our Damoiselle. I'm from the Spina di Rosula, and I've participated in the construction of this fantasy land. With that out of the way, I've got free time, so I wish to help manage the attractions. Strictly speaking, I can handle any work you throw at me, though the considerable amount of time I've spent caring for the Consigliere means that my skills would best match the Mellow Manor. My colleagues can vouch for my patience and meticulousness. For Damoiselle's honor, I shan't let you down. Okay, cool. So once I upgrade the movie masterpieces to level 6, I should get either a cutscene or something with the character. So let's see what's going to happen. If I do this very fast, friendly encounters, Barisa. Obtain operation bonus. Unlock the resume list refresh function at the staff center. Begin encounter. So let's confirm and see what's going on here. So the character is pretty close by. Right over here.
Whoa, is that our hero, the Traveler? And Paimon, too! Oh, I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. Mrs. Coiffier already told me you were the big boss here. But when I saw you just now, I forgot myself for a moment.
Me? The big boss? For real now? I'm just an operations staff member.
Tactically speaking, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland doesn't even have a boss, does it? Isn't it the idea that everyone works together to make it as successful as possible, and then we all share the profits? But, wait a sec. Why are you here, Veressa?
Well, officially, I'm here to promote my brand. Not long ago, Mrs. Coiffier placed an order with me for her restaurant, as she often does. In her letter, she mentioned that showcasing my orchard's products at the festival would boost sales and help build my brand recognition. After talking it through with my parents, I decided to give it a shot. Now that I'm done with the restaurant's ingredient order, I plan to sell the rest of my fruit directly to guests to help quench their thirst, of course.
The thought of enjoying fresh fruit from Natland here in Fontaine does sound pretty appealing. But with this many customers, wouldn't it be exhausting to watch the stall all day?
Huh? Am I supposed to be watching the stall the whole time? There's an attraction over there called Movie Masterpieces, right? I heard some of the challenges are based on famous films. Some of those films have even been adapted into great comics. I'd love to go give it a try.
So, you're not doing any business at all?
Back in the Collective of Plenty, I'd just set up a sign with the fruit prices, place a weighing scale and a coin jar to one side, then let people pay on their own. When closing time came around, I'd wake up and check the accounts. Not a single Mora's ever gone missing.
You've got a lot of trust in people. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
To be fair, that does sound nice. People in the Collective of Plenty are a law-abiding bunch. No one would even think about taking something without paying. Makes sense that tending your stall wouldn't take too much effort. Fontainian customers are no doubt trustworthy too, but let's just say they're not used to self-service shopping. Plus, if you just leave the stall unattended as a Natlanese merchant, People here might think you're gone for good.
In that case, I'd better start acting the part. But I'll need to buy some things in the city before I officially open for business. I promised to bring back some Fontanian clockwork mecha for Kochi-san. Oh, and I also wanted to try a few rounds of movie masterpieces. After that, I should be able to focus on my business without getting distracted.
We'll go with you. We're a talented pair of shoppers.
We might not be locals, but we've explored Fontaine quite a bit. We know our way around pretty well.
In that case, give me a moment to get some extra fruit, a price list, and my coin jar set up. I get to go shopping with the Traveler! Nice.
Huh. Okay, so obtain operation bonus. Unlock the resume list refresh function at the staff center. So basically, if I go over here now, I can refresh the list. Is that what it's saying? From now on, you can spend a certain amount of action points to refresh the candidate's resume list. Okay. So I don't need to do that right now, though. And in case you're curious, because I certainly was, this Varisa's is considered to be complete. So you have Lynette here, who I need to reach level 8 for Eclectic Escapades. I'm only at level 4 right now. And Sidween, who I need to reach 80 Satisfaction at Mellow Manor. And I only have 58 Satisfaction so far. And of course there are 2 mystery ones as well. So I'll get to that point eventually. Okay, before I said that I was completely done with Varisa stuff, but that's actually not true, because there's actually 3 parts. So it says here, before taking charge of her fruit stand, Varisa needs to complete a task entrusted to her by the coach, or by her coach, rather. So you agree to head over to the Court of Fontaine together. But in order to start this, I need to have some action points, so I'll have to go to the next cycle, but I didn't realize that until just now. And now I can begin the encounter, so let's go ahead and do that. She's all the way over there in Fontaine, so...
Hello, boss. I'm from the Collective of Plenty. You might recall receiving a letter from us requesting you to design some components.
Wait a sec. Why does Ion-san need clockwork mecha?
Is she planning to build some kind of robotic personal trainer to whip lazy trainees into shape?
Nothing like that. Our coach just wants to fine-tune her gym equipment so people can target different muscle groups more easily. She mentioned something about a rowing machine to focus on back muscles, as well as a pec deck and a leg press machine. The parts that connect the ropes and weight plates wear out easily, but they need to be strong. So Coach Ion-san thought she'd give Fontanian Clockwork Mecha a try.
It all sounds so technical. When did fitness turn into some kind of complex engineering problem?
To be honest, I don't really get all the details either. But if it works out, I'll be sure to train according to her revised method.
For some reason, Varisa's voice actress sounds very familiar to me, and I'm trying to remember where I heard it.
And if it doesn't, we can always stick to the good old methods. If you're interested, I can show you a few beginner exercises the next time you drop by our tribe. You'll be able to smash the records without even breaking a sweat. I know it.
Sure thing. Time to flex those guns. Or not necessarily. I tend to rely more on technique. Now I'll select the top option.
Paimon will pass on that one. She'll be rooting for you from the sidelines, though.
You can always try the equipment we keep for little Saurians, Paimon. As long as you start out with the super lightweights, you'll be fine. Weight training's for everyone, you know. As long as you put in the effort and keep it, anyone can develop rock-solid muscles.
No!
Okay, you spend some time chatting about fitness with Farisa while strolling around the courtier, I can't say that. Then agree to regroup at the Film Fantasy Land later on. Okay, and I think it's teleporting me back over there, but I could be wrong. Yeah, encounter has been completed. That's nice that they teleported me back over here. Very thoughtful of them. So I have some bad news. My computer crashed shortly after I finished the cutscene for the third part of Varisa's little, event thing. And so I can't, show you the footage for that because the file got corrupted and I have no way of really, saving that. So I'll just give like a very brief summary of what happened. Verisa went into the movie, attraction. What's it called? Movie Masterpieces. She went in there, did the mini games, was really happy about it or whatever, and then she opened up a fruit stall right over here, where she is now,
Seeing how happy everyone is here, I can't help smiling myself. Would you like some fruit? Feel free to take some.
Yeah, so that's what she says. You can grab a piece of fruit from right here, which I did already. Anyways, when I completed that, I also got some benefits for doing so. So the first one, if you remember, it says obtain operation bonus, unlock the resume list refresh function at the staff center. That was for the first one. This one is reduce the number of action points consumed by expansion work. And then this one is receive a bonus revenue for each cycle. But anyways, yeah, it's unfortunate that happened. But hopefully that won't happen for the other ones. I wasn't expecting there to be any more things to recruit, but here we are. So let's go ahead and get King of Grilled Fish and Mint Sauce. It looks like a little seal creature.
It's unknown who submitted this resume on behalf of the Blubber Beast. The Blubber Beast's height, weight, body fat percentage, and food intake are listed clearly. It is inconceivable that a Blubber Beast might be employed as attraction staff. That said, the attached documents indicate that it is immensely talented at bonding with its animal friends. As a plus, tourists seem to be quite fond of the adorable, harmless creatures like Blubber Beasts. Oh yeah?
Basima the Fifth. Hello, Fantasyland's upper brass. I'm Basima the Fifth, author of a number of academic papers on animals. As you can see, I'm a big fan. And I've heard that your Mellow Manor just so happens to have a lot of animals, including huge finches and squirrels raised on special feed, and well-trained fungi and elemental life forms. I've seen the tamer in charge of feeding and training your animal friends, and I'm sure she and I have a lot in common. We're both interested in studying how humans, animals, and friendly elemental life forms can coexist harmoniously. To this end, the Mellow Manor provides a perfect case study, so if you hire me to help, I promise I'll make it worth your while. So let's go ahead and get that character as well. Breast is next. Work experience, third engineer in a Fontaine Research Institute's externally contracted Naval Artillery Development Team, and the supervisor for the well-known Croco Cannon attraction. Personal strengths, lucky. I managed to avoid having a single accident during my time at the Institute, and I hope to share some of this luck with this project. Salary expectations. As long as there is a salary, I'm happy. Career prospects. To establish strong partnerships with my bosses here at the Film Fantasyland, and may our future collaborations flourish. P.S. I've informed Miss Helene of the job opportunities here, and shared this resume template with her. Should you be interested, do consider hiring her as well. She's a truly diligent worker. I'm going to recruit only one of these characters for now, which is going to be Nusta. Well met. I've come a long way from the Flower Feather clan. My specialties? Let's see. Racing, drinking, hunting monsters, being up thieves, giving wild animals, and troublemaking kids. What for? I'm pretty sure at least that last one is relevant to working at an amusement park, right? Any young punks start fooling around, I can get them to stop. With the peace kept, everyone will be in higher spirits, and the park will make more money. That's like hitting 2 Kookasaurs with 1 berry. Commission rates? I'm a flexible guy. Just cover my travel fees, especially my boat fare back to Knotline, and that's all I need. So confirm the assignment, and there we go. Hey, so now I have Lynette and Sidgeween unlocked. I'm going to start with Lynette first. Thrilling expressions and terrifying tropes, Part 1. A renowned yet low-key magician's assistant made an appearance by the waters of the Film Fantasyland. What exciting news or novel opportunities lie in wait for you in Paimon there? So let's begin the encounter. It costs 8 to do so. And she is right nearby. Right up here, in fact, I believe. Somewhere over here. Yeah, right here. She kind of popped right in. Detecting the arrival of my 2 most esteemed friends. Activating chat mode. Hello, Aether and Paimon. Hello, Lynette. Were you invited as a special guest too? Yes, a director we know invited us to come here and unwind. Just as well, it's an opportunity to recharge.
Us? Wait, but Paimon hasn't seen Linny anywhere.
Well, that's his own fault. We've been working with the director a lot lately, so my brother took it upon himself to familiarize himself with their style, and ended up watching all of their films.
All of them? That's some serious dedication right there.
The issue is, this director is famous for psychological horror films. Lenny got so into the plot twist that he didn't sleep properly for 3 days straight, and ended up completely messing up his sleep cycle.
Paimon had no idea Lenny was so into horror films.
He tends to get very absorbed in his magic shows, so he probably finds it easy to relate to the characters. The way the director uses psychological suggestion is quite similar to how we use it in our shows, after all. My brother's still over at the actor's residence. If I had to guess, he's either catching up on sleep or analyzing those films. So that's why I'm out here recharging by myself.
Well, that's a side of Lenny we've never seen before.
Now I'm curious about these plot twists myself. Which scenes is Lenny focusing on in particular?
Don't even think about roping Paimon into this!
Me neither. I don't like jump scares or stories that give you the chills afterward. Shouldn't films be relaxing? Something with beautiful visuals, or at least a simple plot that doesn't require too much thinking.
Sounds like eclectic escapades would be more to your liking then. Want to give it a try?
Thank you. I've actually done so already. I really liked it. But maybe watching others would be even more entertaining. I get you. The priceless look on people's faces as they plummet.
Is that really that entertaining? Still, if you're interested in the attraction, why not become a consultant? That way you'd get to see more of the visitors' reactions too!
That doesn't sound like a bad idea, and as it happens, I do have a few days off before filming starts. But first, I need to help Lenny pull himself together. I noticed an attraction nearby called Mellow Manor. That looks really relaxing. Sounds like just what my brother needs to take his mind off those horror films. Plus, some magic tricks require animal assistance, so it'll be a chance for me to learn more about their habits. Seeing as we're the hosts, why don't we go invite Lenny in person later on?
Great idea! If we can get Lenny on board, the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland will be even more popular than it already is!
Cheval Marin. I have a hard time saying that word for some reason. Anyways, increases the ratio at which unused action points are converted to funds. Cool. Before I go to the next part of the other thing, you know, Lynette's thing, I'm going to claim these prizes very fast, because I have a ton that I can claim. There we go. And there we go. I've been wanting to do that for a little bit, so... Okay, part 2. Terrifying expressions and terrifying tropes, or thrilling expressions, rather. Intending to extricate Lenny from his deep dive into horror tropes, you set off with Lynette to the actor's residence. So this one will increase the maximum staff level limit. Interesting. So that'll allow me to level up my staff characters even more. Lenny, I'm back! The Cheval Marin Film Fantasyland is so much fun, and there are loads of cute little animals. Come on, take a break from those horror films already.
Delighted to hear that you've been enjoying yourself, but I need to concentrate on this film for now. Those animal assistants will have to wait. I just need a little more sleep. Every time I close my eyes, I keep thinking of new tricks. So tired. Can't sleep, but can't get up either.
Then why don't you come out and have a walk? There'll be cute animals to play with.
That's right, Lenny! A change of pace should stop your mind from wandering.
Wait, Traveler? Paimon? You two are here as well?
They're the managers of the park, and I'm about to become a consultant for one of the attractions, too.
In that case, count me in. Not just for my own sake, of course, but to support my friends. Just give me a moment to freshen up.
If there's one person Lenny can't say no to, it's you, Aether. You're in a league of all of your own. That goes without saying. That's my style. I'm not exactly sure how long my brother meant by a moment, so why don't we meet back up at the venue?
Good! Getting Linny to cheer up and visit the amusement park's surely our greatest success yet.
Okay, cool. And will it teleport us back there? Yep. And Farina is the final one. And I need to get all 3 attractions to level 11 to unlock her. Which is going to be pretty easy to do. So on to part 3 of thrilling expressions and terrifying tropes. Everything is in place. Linny's mood has made a turn for the better, and Lynette is all set for her role as a consultant. So let's begin the encounter. Confirm. Right over there. And
where do you want to go next? If you'd like to see...
Shut up, Zhongli. Why does he always have to talk? It's funny, because Linny just popped in as I was starting to talk to
Thanks for
Lynette.
inviting me to come down, you two. I must say, I feel like a new man after visiting the park and seeing all those adorable animals. Seems like Lynette has her eye on some great potential animal assistants, too.
Fremine often works with blubber beasts anyway, so I think they'd make a great fit. Father has spoken of how obedient and well-behaved squirrels are, so they're a great choice too.
Oh, and did you see those weird mushrooms? Can we take home a few of those as well?
That might not be possible. These fungi have been specially trained, you know? They're like the stunt actors of the elemental world.
If you're after soft and squishy, there are other options. A nice fluffy cat would fit the bill too. Okay then, I'll wait for you to bring us a little kitty.
Are you sure about that? Paimon's pretty sure we've never seen a cat anywhere near as big and as soft as a fungus.
Greatly improved staff service level and eclectic escapades.
I feel so much better after seeing those animals. They're all so carefree. The other 2 attractions were great too. In fact, they've given me a new idea. An interactive magic show with a moving stage. We'll start working on it as soon as we've finished filming.
Huh. I wonder where Linny is. I mean, not Linny, but Lynette is. I almost gave up on finding her. The expressions on the guest's face as they zoomed around were priceless. I hope we can inspire similar reactions in our future audiences too. So I was like wondering why would they put her over here, but she did mention eclectic escapades being something that she liked, so it kind of makes sense. Anyways, the next thing I'm going to do, because now Lynette's is done, is start Sidgeweens. So, among the film Fantasyland's many visitors, who'd have thought you'd run into the head nurse of the Forest of Meripede. And on top of that, you discover that she's developed a rather peculiar connection with films lately. Let's begin the encounter. And she's right over there. Thankfully, they keep all of these encounters in this area, at least initially. Where is she? I'm not seeing her yet. Oh, right here. Hey there, Aether, Paimon.
Hey, Siegeween! Welcome to the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland!
You sure have your finger on the pulse, or has the park really become that famous? Actually, both. Navia told me about the plans at that Beauty Association's last meetup, so I've been looking forward to it since. But it's become so popular now that everyone's talking about it, even down in the Fortress of Meripede. Many of our staff members are actually helping to take time off to visit.
Oh, your encouragement leaves Paimon feeling even more motivated than ever!
What kind of films are you into, Sidgeween? I'm curious what your favorite genres are. Oh, well, I guess I prefer animated films. You know, the lighthearted and fun type. Me too. For example, there's a group of creators who come up with these magical stories about cute little animals. I've watched every last one of their films. Funnily enough, it just so happens that according to our new regulations, well-behaved inmates are now allowed to spend their credit coupons on watching films up to 3 times a week. I run the projector in my free time since we don't have a dedicated staff member yet. So I decided to show them the films like My Neighbor Kokoro. I also started showing them a famous series called Dom and Cherry. It's super long with hundreds of episodes, but it never gets old. A bunch of hardened criminals watching films about cute little animals. I'm finding it quite hard to imagine.
But now they've got films to watch. Even the ones who used to cause trouble might settle down a bit, right? We have our very own animal-themed area, by the way. We call it Mellow Manor. Customers are calling it the most relaxing place in the park.
Oh, I've been there already. I wasn't expecting it to be so fun. There were all kinds of animals living together, ones I'd never even imagined. It almost felt like I'd stepped into a film Zoopolis. If you've got the time, why don't you come back every day? Want to enjoy yourself there and earn some more on the side?
Oh, you mean we could invite Sijuin to be a consultant at Mellow Manor? Now that you mention it, that sounds like a great idea! Sijuin's great at caring for people, and she's so warm and gentle. Looking after animals should be a piece of cake.
Consultant?
Yeah, like someone who gives advice and tells the park staff how to do their jobs better. The workload won't be too heavy, but it's important work. Besides, you'll mostly be playing with the animals.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Sign me up. As it happens, things aren't that busy in the fortress right now. Had I known you were recruiting for this position earlier, I might have even applied myself. But before I start, I'll have to make arrangements for the medical team in my absence, borrow some related books from my doctor friends, and, last but not least, prepare gifts for the animals. If it's not too inconvenient for you, why don't we meet up again at Marco Station sometime soon? No inconvenience at all. It's settled then.
With Sijuin on board, Mellow Manor's gonna be even better than before! Paimon has a feeling our revenue's gonna shoot through the roof!
Very nice. So yeah, unused funds can generate additional income is the newest reward. Part 2 of A Head Nurse and Her Films is going to be started, so having put in heaps of careful preparation, Sijuin is all set to begin her work as a consultant. Let's hope she can enjoy this period of leisure time. So it says reduces the number of action points consumed by friendly encounters. Let's begin it right there. And I have to just teleport right over there. So I've noticed a pattern where you go from the first one, which takes place inside the timed event area, and the second one takes place outside of it, and then the third one takes place inside of it again. That seems to be the pattern that's so far with all 3 characters. Anyways, you're here. I prepared 2 boxes of books about animals. We should be able to find the solution to any health issues they might have right away. So well prepared. That's reassuring.
Forget health issues. Paimon wouldn't be surprised if she could actually chat with the animals once she's done reading.
Oh, wait, head nurse, please don't go. Phew, boy, am I glad I caught up with you. One of the inmates has become obsessed with those magical mouse munchies from the animated films you've been showing them, and tried making some himself with 3 days' worth of welfare meals. He ended up giving himself food poisoning, with symptoms we've never even seen before. Please, we need your help.
Well, that's not good. We warned them not to take those films too seriously. But if you chased me all this way, things must be pretty serious. I'm really sorry. I'll have to ask you to help me take my luggage to the amusement park for now. Before you arrived, I was thinking through some emergencies that might occur with the animals. I even started putting some suggestions together. You can give them to the staff at the Mellow Manor in advance. They should come in handy soon. No rush. We'll be waiting for you. Your patient's health is the top priority.
Sijuin sure has it tough. Not only does she have to worry about taking care of her patients, she also has to clean up after those troublemakers. Why don't we prepare something tasty for her? It might help lift her spirits.
Obtain operation bonus. Yeah, so that's very nice. I'm just going to go ahead and hire these 2 for now. So let's start with Roxanne. According to the Mason Guardianage's metrics, my comprehensive competency score is 13.0. That means I could ace civilian jobs requiring just 3.0 in my sleep. That is also to say, please hire me before I wither away from boredom during this forced vacation. If your amusement park project happens to need, say, tactical entertainment systems such as surprise water cannons, confetti mortars, or even bullet hell mechanisms, I'm your expert on the subject. Okay. And then Melis. Greetings and hello, managers of the Cheval Marin Film Fantasyland. I'm Melis, an experimental film director. You might remember one of my works from late last year. You know, the combat film with groundbreaking visual effects. It's okay if you don't. No worries. In any case, I specialize in orchestrating immersive scenarios for actors, well, guests, by strategically deploying devices and props to ignite the atmosphere to its peak intensity. As such, I dare say my talents align perfectly with your movie masterpiece's attraction. You'll be in safe hands with me. Cool. Okay. And that might actually be the last recruits. And on to part 3 for Sidgeween's head nurse and her films vent, or whatever you want to call this. After resolving an unforeseen emergency, Sidgeween can finally relax and enjoy hanging out with the cute animals over at the Marin Film Fantasyland. So let's begin the encounter. I have a feeling that she's going to be pretty close to where I am.
Every journey has its final day.
Right behind me.
Don't rush.
At this table. Kind of surprising, but very nice. Problem solved at last. Sorry about that, Aether and Paimon. The patient's condition was a bit tricky, so it took a while to deal with. You must be exhausted. Here, have a drink. We made you some fruit tea.
And here's a special snack, too. Hope it gets your strength back up.
Oh, wow, thank you. To be honest, though, things like this don't really tire me out. It's more that I just can't wrap my head around it. At the start of every children's film, they clearly state, all events and products in this film are purely fictional. Please do not try to imitate them, and yet fully grown adults end up doing just that.
Is it because they aren't paying any attention when they're watching? Or is it some rebellious mentality? Whatever you tell me not to do, I'll do it just to prove you wrong type of thing?
Not much we can do if they don't read the warnings at all, but deliberately ignoring them, that's another thing altogether. Maybe this is starting to get a bit too deep. If I get a chance, I'll speak to His Grace and Monsieur Nouvelette to see if we can think of a way to prevent such issues. For now, let's focus on Mellow Manor instead. I might be late, but I'm here now. Okay. So she's just going right over there? Yeah, that's done. Greatly improved staff service level in Mellow Manor. Awesome. Come on, little cuties. Time for some yummy in those tummies. You're all such sweethearts, aren't you? Happy, healthy, and getting on like the best of friends. Okay. So there is another thing I can do. Deas. I can start Deas now. So let's see what this says. Silver Screen Campaigners, Part 1. A forceful greeting takes you and Paimon by surprise. An old friend and her mercenary troop arrive as honored guests at the Marin Film Fantasyland. The operation bonus this time is add an additional dish option when cooking themed dishes, which is actually pretty good. Because the themed dishes have actually done a lot for me throughout this event. I'm really surprised by how helpful they've been. So let's go ahead and begin this encounter and find Dea. She's not too far from where I'm at. Hey, Aether and Paimon. What a coincidence running into you guys here.
Yeah, Paimon didn't expect to see you here either.
Here to see the sights, or are you on the job? Haha, as it turns out, both. A while back, myself and some other members of the Blazing Beast were invited over to star in an adventure film here in Fontaine. The film was pretty well received, so as soon as the director heard about this event, we were invited here as guests. To satisfy the audience, the director took pains to recreate sets from the film.
Guess that's not scenery most Fontainians see every day, huh?
Did you appear in the film, Dea? I'd love to see the scenes you starred in. Me? Unfortunately, I got a little too into one of the action scenes, accidentally wrecked half the set, and got the boot. I ended up doing odd jobs instead.
Wait, aren't fight scenes supposed to be as realistic as possible? Surely the more punches that land, the better.
Well, the production team didn't have much of a budget, so if they'd shot a few more takes and the set collapsed again, they would have gone bust. Plus, even the toughest fighter we had in the crew, Uncle Scimitar, couldn't last more than a few moves against me. And what was his role in the film? Hopefully not just to get pummeled into submission by you. Actually, no. He was playing one of the key villains and was supposed to perform a grand sword dance in front of the protagonist. If things had gone how they were meant to, it would have been an amazing fight scene. But the lead actor, exhausted from working all day, was so hungry and in a rush to wrap the scene that he improvised and pretended to shoot him with a gun instead. After thinking it over, the director decided to keep the scene, and to our surprise, the audience loved it. It even turned Uncle Scimitar into a bit of a star. Heh, thought I'd see that guy somewhere before. Pretty sure I've done something similar before myself. Has he? I don't know. Maybe. In a little while, he's going to be very busy signing autographs for fans. Something I should really be helping out with, actually. But now that I've run into you guys, how about this? I go give them a heads up, get them to cover for me, and then we go out for a drink or two.
You sure that's okay?
Hey, we're old friends, so why not? Running into you and Paimon here in the foreign land is the best surprise I've had today. I heard about a bar called the Rusty Rudder, along the coast to the southeast. I'll see you there. Okay, we'll see you over there, on the next day. And now let's start Silver Screen Campaigners Part 2 in a tavern half of the world away. What will be Dea's libation of choice? It says service value that exceeds the limit will generate additional income. Let's begin. So where is that at? Wait a second, where is this at? May take a second to get there. Hey, here you are. I took the liberty of ordering you a Misty Sunrise. It's basically bowl fruit juice, but flavored with maritime flower and Neolopala lotus extracts. Blah. For Paimon, I picked Cloud Top Slumber, a special blend of milk and single origin yuan tea. Yuan tea? I don't know. Topped with whipped cream and sugar.
They both sound delicious. But how come you seem so familiar with this bar when it's your first time here? Paimon's never even heard of the drinks you ordered us.
We wouldn't even know where to start. We'd never had thought of ordering drinks like these. All part of the job. Being a merc means adapting to new environments. You get used to dealing with the unknown. Taverns in different parts of Teyvat all have unique customs, sure, but you pick up some tricks when it comes to chatting up bartenders. Honestly, having a stable job might bring you a sense of structure and security, but it sure gets boring over time. Never a dull moment when I'm with you guys, though. There's always something unexpected to keep me on my toes. I like to think we're pretty down to earth. Yeah, we've seen some really wild stuff. Anything exciting lately? I'm all ears.
Where do we begin? Literally everything that's happened has been pretty incredible, if you think about it.
You tell Dea all about your recent experiences. The jobs you've taken on are no joke. If a merc was to price them, anyone would be worth what some merchants make in 6 months. Which reminds me, have you ever thought about part-timing as a hired sword? Every now and then, the Blazing Beasts receive commissions from some really far-flung places. If you guys were on board, we wouldn't need to cut deals with outsiders.
Huh? So we could become mercs too?
It sure sounds like a pretty cool title, but I'm already an adventurer. Well, who says you can't be both? You're both an honorary Knight of Mondstadt, right? As far as I can see it, every new title is a new opportunity, a foot in the door wherever you go. Besides, with your skills, who'd dare push the tasks on you? If it suits you, take it. If not, just turn it down. You'd be the ones calling the shots.
That actually makes a lot of sense. When you think about it, it's not all that different from adventure commissions. Who knows? Maybe we'll find jobs where we can help a lot of people while also bringing in a nice chunk of Mora. Wouldn't hurt to build connections with Dia's Eremite friends either, would it?
Sure, we can try it. Partners of the Blazing Beasts. I like the sound of it. Awesome. In that case, I'll have a word with my guys and gals when I get back. I'll try to get you first dibs on the best and most lucrative jobs. We'll need to figure out which areas we'll be assigning you commissions for, but I'll talk that over with the others. You have fun chatting with Dea while enjoying your drinks. Before parting ways, you agree to meet up again at the Film Fantasyland sometime soon. I really like the fact that they always teleport you back here after that. I mean, I kind of wish that they didn't send you outside in the first place, but at least they're kind enough to teleport you back. So yeah, service value that exceeds limit will generate additional income. That's going to be very helpful because I'm going to need that income for upgrading the levels of my employees. Now moving on to the third and final part of Silver Screen Campaigners. Having discussed the matter thoroughly with the Blazing Beast, Dea is ready to iron out a framework for cooperation with you on behalf of her mercenaries. Farina is going to be the last one after her, but I won't be able to get Farina until I upgrade the various attractions all the way up to level 11. And they can go all the way up to 15, I believe. Anyways, Aether and Paimon, good news. I spoke to my crew. All Blazing Beasts are fully on board with the idea. Any commissions we receive for the region west of the Hypostyle Desert, north of the desert of Hadramaveth, east of Ardravi Valley, and south of the Ashvan Realm are yours. We haven't had many lately, but in the past, we've usually gotten a few good ones every year. The pay's insane, but so are the risks. The type of work that normally calls for a team of heavily armed mercs. But this should be just right for you. If it were any easier, it might not even break a sweat. Sounds perfect. Such clear-cut profit regions, too.
You're so quick, Dea! Everyone agreed just like that! Guess that means we're now official partners of the Blazing Beast! Hooah! Watch out, world! There's a couple of new mercs on the scene! Maybe Paimon should give herself a proper mercenary name.
Haha, and when you're working in other nations, don't forget to give the Blazing Beasts a little plug now and then. We protect you, prosper. Anyway, I'll send you the letter to the Adventurers Guild in various places when a job comes up. Make sure to check your mail.
It's a deal!
Okay. Very nice. Why did it go into this loading screen? Oh, okay. That's why. It kind of like did a little update for her stall or whatever. That's neat. You know what? I haven't felt this relaxed in quite a while. The humid air here is nice. And combined with the warm weather, I'm actually getting kind of sleepy. Cool. And now Farina's has been unlocked. It didn't take as long as I thought it would. Anyways, Beloved Star's Bold New Venture Part 1. The film Fantasyland is proving to be a roaring success. As the Fantasyland's guardian, it is only proper that Farina herself has arrived to check things out. So the reward this time is spend action points to obtain extra theme dishes, which will be very, very nice. So let's begin the encounter and talk to her. She's right next to me. Awesome. Will she be voiced?
Why,
Yay.
hello there, traveler. Paimon. I sensed your enthusiasm from a mile off. You were so bright, I could have taken you for an opera singer in full falsetto.
Farina, you're finally here!
Ah, our star has arrived, and now the moment we've all been waiting for.
Thank you, thank you. I am just as thrilled to be here as you are to have me. More seriously, I'm not the star this time. That's you two, alongside all the creators sharing their passion for film with the world. Honestly, when I was first asked to approve the plans, I thought this would just be a small event. I never imagined that the Cheval Moran Film Fantasyland would expand to this scale so quickly.
Yeah, thinking back to when we first arrived, it really has all come together in no time.
At this rate, who knows? Someday it could become as iconic as the Fontanalia Film Festival itself. And we have the two of you to credit for much of that. I've suggested to several renowned directors that we award you the title Pioneers of the Film Industry. In contrast to the Farina Award,
which is more of a public honor. This title is a mark of true recognition from within the industry itself. A reflection of both outstanding achievement and hard work.
Thanks, but there's still room for improvement. With great recognition comes even greater responsibility.
Wow, even you're getting serious now.
Come now, no need for any of that. Just relax and enjoy the moment. Speaking of which, I've actually been preparing a little survey. How about we randomly select some visitors to give us feedback about the park?
Did Paimon hear that right? Farina carrying out a customer satisfaction survey?
Well, given that it bears the name of my dear friend Surintendant Cheval Moran, isn't it only natural that I conduct a bit of research on her behalf? Besides, the more famous a star becomes, the more important it is to stay in touch with reality, no? Plus, it's amazing how much you learn just by listening to other people's take on films.
Paimon always assumed celebrities just get their assistants to handle everything for them. But it sounds like it's actually pretty hard work. Then again, maybe Farina's just an outlier.
Let's claim this stuff very fast. Awesome. And that stuff, there's still a ton of stuff right here, but that's fine. And then a couple more right there, so there's only one prize left as far as that's concerned. Awesome. I mean, there's still more prizes than that. There's a bunch of prizes here still, but there's still only one prize left for this list. On to part 2 of Beloved Star's bold new venture. Ever the down-to-earth superstar, Farina joins you in conducting surveys among the amusement park's visitors, listening attentively to their thoughts and opinions. So let's begin the encounter. Oh wait, before I do that, receive bonus revenue each cycle. Cool. So let's begin the encounter. And she's actually here. In the, in this area. That's the first character that's done that. Well, that's the only character that's done that amongst all these.
There we are, all set to go. Now, let's take a stroll nearby and randomly pick out some visitors to ask a few key questions.
I wonder who we're gonna visit first. Oh, it's just gonna do it automatically? Okay. Well, it's not really automatic, but, you know, it's like, we're not really
These
talking about
suggestions are surprisingly detailed. Choosing film prototypes, recreating the scene cutting process, budget management for costumes, makeup, and set design? Oh, Paimon's head is spinning. Why is everyone so professional? Also, nearly every single person we spoke to said they wanted to see Lady Farina perform. Your popularity is off the charts!
No surprises there. I'd have said exactly the same thing.
To tell you the truth, I've no plans to perform this time around. Any star worth their salt knows their role. When I take center stage, all the spotlights are on me. And rightly so. But as a guest, I should step back and let others shine. So instead of performing myself, I'd prefer to support you from behind the scenes. Perhaps as a consultant for one of your attractions, for instance?
Now that you mention it, we've got the perfect role lined up.
Hey, that's right! Movie Masterpieces is all about film expertise. There really would be no better candidate than you!
Oh, wonderful! Then I shall give this role my very heart and soul. Once I've had a moment to prepare, we can meet up for a slice of gâteau from my pâtissière suprême before we get started.
Cool. And that's the end of part 2, I believe. Yep. Awesome. Oh. What's going on? Oh, it's just showing you where the stage is? Okay. And on to the very final part, or what I'm assuming is the very final part of all this right here. So, Beloved Star's New Bold Venture Part 3. Before getting down to the business of consulting, Farina joins you in enjoying Escoffier's meticulously prepared desserts, leaving her in a fine fettle and raring to go. So let's begin the encounter and talk to her.
Where do you want to go next? If you'd like to...
Simply exquisite. As amazing as ever. Escoffier, have you ever considered starring in your own film? I can see it now. Val's own cuisine. A riveting tale about the art of extreme cooking. I'm sure it would be a hit.
As it happens, I'm already doing something similar. A brand consultant has been filming my training sessions with students and incorporating them into films about Fontanian cuisine.
Oh, no. No. A documentary won't do. I'm talking about something with a bit more drama. Your experiences as a chef could be turned into a scintillating story. In fact, I'll even write it myself.
Before you finalize it, please let me review the culinary terms, especially when it comes to how ingredients are handled, the timings and the quantities.
Great! It's settled then. And actually, I think I'd like to bring in the Traveler and Paimon as directors. Something tells me that the three of you working together would really get the creative sparks flying. We could create something truly magical here.
No problem. That said, now that we've been granted Director Farina's approval,
what the?
we'll really have to step up our game.
Oh, that's silly. That's very silly. Director Farina, show us the way. We may be rookies, but we'll give it our all.
Excellent. I believe in you both. The gâteau was sublime as ever, Escoffier. Now, about time we got to work. I'll start drafting the script on the side, while serving as the consultant for movie masterpieces. Wish me luck!
Okay, then. Awesome. So, where is she at right now? Oh, right here.
A truly great adaptation must capture a film's core themes and seek to convey the inspiration that lies behind them. The three attractions are certainly all up to par, and I trust that you'll be able to make them better still. To enhance our film's aesthetic, I'd recommend a few classics for you to familiarize yourself with. Or, if you have the time, maybe we could watch them together?
Okay, then. And there we go. I think that's the last of the friendly encounters. That's what I meant by, the last of these things. But, who knows? Maybe they'll add one more once I've upgraded, finished upgrading all of these. And there we go. I've maxed out everything. I'm going to claim the rest of these very fast. There we go. And that's all of those done. Right there. Now, just to make sure that there isn't anything else,
Osmanthus wine tastes
I'm going to go into the next cycle and see what happens. Because you never know. Something may happen when I go into the next cycle.
As I remember.
Oh, shut up. Anyways, okay, so nothing seemed to happen. Let's talk to Navia.
Our most recent financial report is looking great. This park struck a chord with film buffs all over. Maybe you could be our spokesperson next time we hold a similar event?
Okay, nothing else. So, this is actually where I'm going to be ending this video. This timed event is not done with yet, though, because there is still story, outside of what I've already done. Let me see what case tracking is. Yeah, there's still the main story of the event. That took a long time to do the side activities. Like, way longer than I was expecting it to take. But I'm glad that it's done. It was interesting. There were some minigames that I might show a little bit later, because I didn't record the minigames that you could unlock as you went along. Like, if I select play again right here, you can play these stages right here. And I decided to save those for a different video, if I decide to do it at all. They weren't all that interesting. They were just little challenges and stuff that you could do as you expanded the different attractions and stuff. So, anyways, yeah, thanks for watching. Next time I play, I will be continuing this timed event. I don't know if it'll be 1 video, 2 videos, or even 3 videos before this is done, but we shall see. So, yeah, thanks again. Bye-bye.